Hi everyone. Well, the moment has finally arrived. Meri Brown has just given us a major admission in the new tell-all trailer. She's openly stating she holds resentment toward Janelle. Her reason? She was married to her brother. Why wouldn't she? You guys, I have to say it. Finally, someone in this family is being brutally honest. I'm talking about the adults here. Thank you, Meri. On behalf of so many viewers everywhere, thank you for finally confirming what we've all sensed for years. Janelle Brown broke the most fundamental rules of friendship in so many ways, all while smiling in everyone's faces. Oh, it's messy. And today we are going to talk about all of it. Welcome back to my channel. I give my genuine, unfiltered commentary. So stick around, because I have a lot to say. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. A viewer recently posted online asking, does Janelle's past marriage to Meri's brother actually matter in the grand scheme of things? Sure, there might be some old feelings, but why bring it up now, and why should we as an audience even care? Before I go any further, let me answer that directly. It matters because it is the core explanation for why Meri feels the way she does about Janelle. It is a huge, defining reason, arguably the reason. If that connection isn't clear to you, I honestly don't know what to say. Sometimes, reading these comments, I feel like I'm watching a circus. The questions and reactions are just astonishing. And let's be real, the only reason we're even dissecting this specific post is because these platforms are often cited as sources. I've always found that practice questionable. Why are we amplifying and crediting opinions from people who clearly don't grasp the real-world stakes of these relationships? How could you possibly think that foundational history wouldn't matter to Meri's feelings? This is the root of their issue. You spend years asking, what's the real problem between them? And then when someone finally points to the original wound, you ask, why should I care? Because it's the very root you've been searching for. This person continued, suggesting that the whole structure of plural marriage is unconventional anyway, and since it operates outside mainstream norms, maybe a young Janelle shouldn't be judged for crossing that line with her sister-in-law spouse. And I have to stop you right there. That sounds like an excuse. A flimsy one. You're essentially giving Janelle a pass for a profound personal betrayal because the family structure is unconventional. I can absolutely understand how Meri would be deeply affected by this sequence of events. Then the comment is a complete U-turn, asking, I truly wonder what the relationship between Meri, Janelle, and Meri's brother was like before Janelle married Cody. I'm confused. First you claim you don't care about the relevance, then you're curious about the intimate details of their past dynamic? This inconsistency is exactly what I'm talking about. So, let's dive into the over 300 comments on this post. By the way, I'm currently blocked from participating in that specific fan community. Their moderators banned me and my channel. Doesn't that make you a little suspicious? Why is Amanda Ray banned, while other creators, some who have even faced legal challenges from the people they discuss, are allowed? Think about it. I'm arguably the only commentator in this space who openly discusses faith, Christianity, and biblical perspectives when talking about sister wives. And yet, I'm the one who gets silenced. I find that incredibly telling and honestly a bit hilarious. Back to the audience reaction. One viewer nailed it. That history defined the relationship Meri and Janelle will always have. Exactly. Meri was hurt by Janelle's actions, and Janelle appeared indifferent. Cody, historically, seemed to take Janelle's side in this old conflict, and that planted a seed of resentment in Meri that has grown for over 3 decades. Another person wrote, if they could make 10 seasons of content about Meri's catfishing scandal, she is more than allowed to finally bring up the original foundation of their strained relationship and stand up for herself. To be fair, the catfish story was only heavily featured for a short while before it was quietly buried. We, the audience, we're just supposed to move on. This is a common pattern, not just on TV but in real life. When an uncomfortable truth starts to surface, a distraction is often created. When Meri's situation was explored, the narrative quickly shifted to blaming her. Why was she seeking attention anyway? Instead of examining what led her there. The conversation was shut down, and for nearly a decade, it was a closed topic. Isn't it interesting that nearly everything I start discussing in depth on this channel eventually becomes a renewed storyline on the show itself? For the past couple of years, and you can check my video history, I have thousands, I've consistently pointed out a glaring omission. This is a show based on a religious principle, but we never saw them practice that religion. No church, no services, no communal prayer. Then, suddenly, in the last 2 seasons, mentions of church start appearing. That is not a coincidence. It's because I, and viewers like you, wouldn't let it go. We kept asking, hello? What about the foundation of all this? It feels like the producers realized they couldn't gloss over it anymore once it was being spotlighted elsewhere. I have even noticed this lazy storytelling trend on other channels. We'll be watching something and he'll pause and say, wait, that doesn't even make sense. And I'll laugh and say, welcome to my world with sister wives. When the viewers are constantly noticing the plot holes and the forced narratives, the production team has failed at its one job. It's almost funny. These professionals are likely paid very well, and yet here we are, a community of fans, constantly pointing out their inconsistencies. Oops, you forgot to include the central tenet of your show's entire premise for 10 years. It's baffling. Another fan wrote the scorching take. Cody and Janelle wanted to be together so badly they didn't care who they hurt. Are we surprised they are selfish people? I'm not. They called it a basic violation of girl code. Meri and Janelle were genuine friends. Meri even called Janelle at work to share news about her new boyfriend, Cody. And what does Janelle recall? Lightning bolts when she first saw him. She changed her entire religious worldview to be with him. Her own mother found her behavior strange. It's all very calculated. She had an intense physical attraction to Cody and then adopted a belief system to justify pursuing it. How long were those secret lunches really happening? This viewer asserts that Janelle's entire bond with Cody was based on physical attraction and that her betrayal of Meri, coupled with a blushing, weak apology, was deeply disrespectful. This history has always been relevant, but the show's narrative often painted Meri as simply being difficult, moody, and pushy. Meanwhile, this massive, personal betrayal was sitting in the background. They made Meri seem like the problem when Janelle's own history is filled with shady and problematic choices. I, for one, am glad to see some of this private history finally being aired for everyone to see. One sharp observation was, I think what makes the difference is that Janelle didn't believe in plural marriage until she wanted Cody. That is a crucial point. She schemed to get this man. And let's not forget, their own book revealed that Cody and Janelle were seeing each other privately before it was officially acknowledged by the family. Another comment drew a parallel I found chilling. I definitely see the same kind of self-serving traits in Janelle that Cody and Robin display. She's not openly rude. She's quietly determined to get what she wants. The act of being with your sister-in-law's husband just months after his wedding is, by any standard, a gross violation of trust. But then, look at her own family pattern. Her mother left a similar situation. Honestly, after so many years, they've all told so many stories they probably can't keep them straight. My opinion, they're running out of fresh content. So now, they're resurrecting 30-year-old conflicts, hoping viewers will tune in to watch them rehash old blame and keep their show on the air. If it still bothers Meri today, then it matters. Who knows how her brother felt when his marriage ended? If he was heartbroken, Meri was stuck in an impossible position, caught between her blood relative, her husband, and the woman who connected them both. Just because Janelle may not be bothered by something doesn't mean no one else gets to have feelings about it. While it's 40 years later, this finally gives us critical insight into the origins of the family drama. It reframes the whole, Meri was the most awful person, narrative that dominated early seasons. Gee, I wonder why a young newlywed might have been struggling. Maybe because her former sister-in-law was now pursuing her husband. And let's not forget the physical dynamics. They lived in a tiny trailer. Meri had to listen to Cody and Janelle's intimate life while coping with her own challenges and having children. Can you even imagine? I'm 46 years old, and I doubt I'd handle that with grace. My 20-year-old self. I shudder to think. It has always bothered me how much hatred was directed at Meri for not being warm to Janelle. Meri was 19 or 20, barely a year into her marriage. Then her ex-sister-in-law shows up, wanting a relationship with her new husband. Who in that situation would be friendly, nice, and welcoming? Put yourself in her shoes. Really think about it. Your former sister-in-law, who just left your brother, is now in your small home, interested in your spouse. Let me tell you, I can't even say what I would have done, because I don't want this channel demonetized. But I will say this. Janelle comes across as one of those women you simply cannot trust around your partner. I said what I said. Now I want to hear from you. Let me know exactly what you think in the comments below. I know you have some strong opinions on this. You can catch the full episode airing this Sunday exclusively on TLC. Don't forget to like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next video, or down in the comments.